system architecture of smart tourism city, cloud apps, and service IoT system. Chapter 1. What is smart tourism city IoT system? Smart tourism city IoT system, STCCA system, help tourists capture the moment, emotion, and process all this data around user and turn them into not just helpful information or even personal knowledge. Behaviors of smart tourism city IoT system have 5 behaviors. The first behavior is creating new account. Because each tourist needs to register his own personal profile data to this system to get the Smart Tourism City application and service, as shown in Figure 1-3. So using this behavior, each new user can get a new account. The second behavior is showing nearby attraction city map. So each tourist can use this behavior to show him on his cell phone the nearby attractions. The third behavior is extracting attraction detail. Once the tourist have the attraction city map, then he can try to get the detail of the attraction, show him more information about the attraction details. The fourth behavior is planning personalized itinerary. For each tourist, he can use these apps to plan his itinerary. Day 1, day 2, day 3. For each day, what scenic place he want to visit, he can make his own itinerary by using this behavior. The last behavior is the fifth one. So once a tourist visits the scenic spot, and he can check in. Also, he can make some recommendation about this scenic spot, as shown in Figure 1-7. Chapter 2. What is SBC architecture? In general, a system is very complicated. So there are 2 approaches to model this system. The first one is called model multiplicity approach, such as UML. So the approach of UML will generally allow the inconsistencies because UML uses multiple models. The second approach, called model singularity approach, instead of choosing many inconsistent models, the single model approach will use only one integrated model, as shown in Figure 2-6. Structural behavior correlations, SBC, mean to integrate the system structure and system behavior altogether. So SBC architecture uses 6 fundamental diagrams to describe an integrated system. So we call SBC architecture is a model singularity approach. So we have one single integrated model. So we can have 6 views to model a system. Chapter 6, Framework Diagram of Smart Tourism System. We use framework FD to depict the structural view of a system. So in figure 6-1, there are 3 layers. The first layer, the upper layer, called application layer, which consists of 5 components. Then the second layer, called data layer, which compose STC Axis database component. The bottom layer, called technology layer, which consists of 2 components. Chapter 7, Component Operation Diagram of Smart Tourism City IoT System. Component Operation Diagram, COD, also depicts the structural view of a system. In figure 7-1, there are totally 8 components. So we show each component its operations and their input-output data. Chapter 10, Interaction Flow Diagram of Smart Tourism City IoT System. Interaction Flow Diagram, IFD, depicts the behavior view of a system. STCC axis include 5 individual behaviors. The first behavior shows an IFD of the creating new account behavior. So in this IFD, there are 2 interactions. The first one, the tourist use input new account interaction to interact with the new account UI component. The second interaction is between the new account AI component and the STT Axis database component. Figure 10-2 is the showing nearby attraction city map behavior. In this IFD, there are 4 interactions. First, tourists will interact with the nearby attraction city map UI component. Then, the nearby attraction city map UI component interact with the tourist GPS M to get the tourist GPS coordinate output data. Then, the third interaction is the nearby attraction city map UI component interact with the STC Axis database to input the tourist GPS coordinate data into the database, then also get the nearby attraction query output data. The last interaction is the call return interaction between the tourist actor and the nearby attraction city map UI component. third interaction IFD is called extraction details. In this IFD, there are three interactions. First, the tourist actor interact with the attraction detail UI component to the second interaction is the attraction detail UI component interact with the STC ASIS database component to input the scenic spot data and get the output attraction detail query. The attraction detail display will be the output from the attraction detail UI component to the tourist actor. Then that is the third interaction. Figure 10-4 shows an IFD of the planning personalized itinerary behavior. So in this IFD, there are two interactions. The first one is the tourist actor interact with the personalized itinerary UI component to input the personalized itinerary form data, input data. Then the second interaction is the personalized itinerary UI component to interact with the STC ASIS database component to input the personalized itinerary query into the database. The last one is an IFD of the scenic spot checking and recommending behavior. In this IFD, there are four interactions. The first one is the tourist actor interact with the check-in and recommending UI. The second interaction is the check-in and the recommending UI component interact with the scenic spot RFID N to get the scenic spot. The third interaction is the tourist actor interact with the check-in and the recommending UI. Do the scenic spot recommend operation with the input, the recommending form input. The fourth interaction is between the check-in and the recommending UI and the STCC ASIS database with the check-in and recommending query input data. Advertisement. Actually, this book is on sale, so you can see the URL on this page. Actually, this book is named System Architecture or Smart Tourism City Cloud Application and Service IoT System, which is on sale on Amazon website. If you want to know more detail, you can go get this book to read it in more detail. Finally, thank you for your listening to this topic. I'm Dr. William S. Chow. If you have more questions or you want to contact me, you are welcome to write me email. Also, you can visit the SBC website. Bye-bye.